Hey everybody, Christian here. Hope everyone's having a good week teaching their students. So in this video, I just wanted to quickly touch base on some of the experiences that I've had here. I wanted to do a little bit of a comparison and contrast between the two Hagwons that I've taught at here in Korea. And from there, I wanted to go ahead and just open up, ask a question and open up a little bit of a discussion regarding how other people think they might be able to implement some of the techniques that we're going to be learning here, or if they think they might find it a little bit difficult regarding the situation that they're in. As I know, every school is a little bit different in terms of flexibility with the way that teachers are allowed to teach. The first school that I taught at here in South Korea was a Hagwon that the students were pretty low to intermediate proficiency. I taught 5 through 8-year-old classes. I was not a homeroom teacher. I would go from class to class for 30-minute sessions teaching English to those students. And it's quite different from where I teach now, where I've been for the past month and a half. My students are gifted and talented, so they have to test to get into the school. And I am a homeroom teacher, so I am seeing the same 10, 6-year-old students every single day. And so there's quite a contrast in that sense between the two schools. But the one similarity, I guess I would say, has to do with the curriculum. So everything is predetermined, right? So we already know what textbooks we're going to be using throughout the year for whether it's phonics or grammar or whatever the class may be. There's already a predetermined curriculum for those classes. And in addition to that, while we do maybe use technology on occasion, so the TV just for using a DVD from a particular book, or perhaps YouTube for something like a supplement to a lesson plan, for the most part we're using just a whiteboard as well as of course pencils, erasers, everything that you would expect to find in a school. But unlike some of the other teachers that I've seen so far, their videos, there's not been a lot of technology that's being used on a day-to-day basis, I guess. So because I think there's a predetermined curriculum where everything is already set in stone, I guess, for the year of what you're going to be using for your class materials, I wonder if this also leads to some preconceived notions and expectations from the parents. And in light of this fact, I was wondering if anyone else thought that it might be a little bit difficult to try and utilize different techniques inside their classroom that maybe they wouldn't normally do. For me personally, I think at my old school, it would have been difficult to maybe utilize some of the things that we'll be going over in this cohort and with Teach Now, just because I was not a homeroom teacher and I would be moving from class to class, and I just had the materials that I had to get through in that 30-minute period or that week. But I'm hopeful that now that I'm a homeroom teacher and I have a little bit more leeway with how I teach my students, that I will be able to utilize some of the programs and things that we go over in the class. But I was curious as to people who are, maybe back in the States, or for those of you who are in China, or also, those that are teaching here in Seoul, what are your experiences at the Hagwon or school that you're teaching at, and how do you think you'll be able to utilize some of these things that we're discussing, if at all? Or do you think you're going to be hampered by just the administration and the fact that you have to get through a certain amount of material and maybe you don't have enough time to implement some of these techniques that we're discussing?